natin yung negative. Okay? So, yung binigay lang dyan na constant, it just represent na ang electron kasi ay negatively charged. So, but later on, tatanggalin natin si negative. Okay? So, sana malinaw, no? So, ito yung Coulomb's law. Actually, si Coulomb's law, meron siyang dalawa, no? So, merong first law and second law. So, ito yung tinatawag natin na second law. Okay, so di ba meron tayong first law of Newton, second law of Newton, third law of Newton. So ganun din dito sa electrostatics. So meron tayong first and second law of Coulomb. Okay, so Coulomb's law states that the force between 2 point charges. So define lang natin na ang variable natin for charge is Q. Okay? So ang unit naman niya ay Coulomb. Take note ha. So the charge, it is variable as Q. Okay, so Q is the charge. So then, yung unit niya is Coulomb or C. So unit of charge. So parang F, no? So si force, kunwari si force ay F. Then yung N or Newton, yun yung kanyang unit. Okay? So ito yung in-state ni Coulomb's law, the second one. So it is along the line joining them. It is directly proportional daw to the product of Q1, Q2 of the charges. So it is inversely proportional to the square of the distance r between them. So or, expressed daw in mathematics. Ibig sabihin lang class na yung second law, okay, generate niya yung formula for the force. The formula, so we have F. So yung F ay the force. Okay. So force, that would be equivalent to K. So K is the proportionality constant. So then we have Q1. So edit ko lang to. This should be Q2. So Q1, Q2. So divided by the R raised to 2. Okay, so say for example, no, so meron tayong dalawang point charge. So ang charge kasi natin, it is represented as sphere. Ayan, so let's say this is a point charge. So then ito rin ay point charge. So for example, capacitor, no, or battery. Okay, so we have Q1, yung charge niya, let's say Q1, and then Q2. Okay? So pag pag siya ay separated in a certain distance daw class, so magkakaroon siya ng puwersa. So this would be the value of your R. So imagine na lang natin parang sa isang magnet, no? So 'di ba if you have two magnets, then it is separated by R. So ang mangyayari, so pwedeng magdidikit sila with each other or they will repel or maghihiwalay or hindi sila magjo-join with each other. So ganun din yung mga charges natin. Okay? So, pwedeng yung puwersa ay papunta dito. No? So, pwede silang magdikit. Say, for example, si Q2, pwede siyang pumunta kay Q1 or pwede rin si Q1 ay mapupunta sa Q2. So, dahil meron yang movement, no? Or meron yang puwersa, so, ibig sabihin, meron tayong force F. Okay? So, derive yan from the formula of the second Coulomb's law. Okay, so take note, no? That the units of this one, so yung force natin, would be in newtons. Okay, newtons. Ayan, so where K is the proportionality constant. So yung R dito is the distance between the two charges. Parang yan, no, yung R natin. Diba? So from your, I hope kabisado na natin yung units, no? So kung newtons yan, dapat yung distance natin should be in meter. Diba? So yung system of units. So si force, yan ay SI. So dapat yung R natin na distance ay SI din. So ano ba ang units ng mga distance natin? So we have meters, inches, feet, centimeter, etc. So pero ang SI sa kanila ay meters. So pagpartnerin nyo lang, no? So therefore, ang unit natin dapat dito, so kung ang force mo ay naka-newtons, the distance should be in meters. Okay, ganun din si Q. So, dahil ang ginamit natin dito ay SI, ito rin ay SI, so dapat yung charge natin ay SI din. So, ang SI unit ng charge ay coulombs. So, therefore, this should be in coulombs. Ayan. So, pag hindi ganyan yung unit, so you cannot substitute or you cannot obtain yung newtons. So, dapat meron tayong balance of units, no? Okay, so define naman natin yung value ni K daw dito. Ito na, so in SI units, so charges Q1 and Q2 are in coulombs or C. A distance R is in meters M and the force F is in newtons N. So so yung K daw natin, we have 1 over 4 pi EO. Okay, so the constant EO, so the constant EO is known as the permittivity of free space. So kumbaga, that is the constant, no? So in farads per meter. So yung value daw niyan, so we have 8.854 times 10 raised to negative 12 or also 1 over 36 pi raised to 10 or times 10 raised to negative 9 in farads per meter. So ganoon din dito. So consistency of units, no? So dahil yung mga values na ginamit natin dito ay SI, so therefore, yung value din dapat ni EO ay SI. So F is farads, if you are familiar with the unit of farads, no? So this will or this is used sa capacitance. So kaya later on, makakabuo tayo ng capacitance dahil dito sa topic natin. Okay, and then ito ay meters. So mas madali yatang i-memorize itong 1 over 36 pi. 1 over 36 pi. Ayan, almost times 10 to the negative 9 daw pala. Times 10 raised to negative 9. Ayan, so same lang siya. Or hindi siya eksakto. Okay, anyways, no? So you can use or ibabanggitin ko na lang siguro sa problem. So use EO or you memorize the two na lang, okay, just in case. So therefore, if we substitute the value, so 'di ba kanina meron tayong F is equivalent to K Q1 Q2 divided by R square. So yung K daw natin diyan, yan ay 1 over 4 pi EO. So 4 pi EO. Then times lang natin so yung Q1 Q2 divided by R squared. Okay? So, or combining the two equations, so we can have this relation. Ito na yung magiging pinaka-formula natin. So, force is equivalent to Q1, Q2. So, divided by 4 pi EO, then R squared. Okay? So, take note, no? So, since ito, hindi na natin mapapalitan ng value, yung constant EO, again, this is SI unit. Okay? So, SI to. SI or metric. So, same lang kasi ang SI and metric. So, ibig sabihin yan, class, no? So, since hindi natin alam yung equivalent, di ba, meron pa tayong English or CGS unit. So, yung English unit naman, yun yung mga, recall lang natin yung physics nyo, no? So, meron tayong pounds. Pound force, pound mass, feet, inches, etc. Okay? So, si meter, kaya natin yung i-convert into inches. Pero si farad, hindi natin alam kung ano yung English unit niya. So therefore, pag magso-solve tayo or pag gagamitin natin itong formula na to, so ang isipin nyo na lang, so dapat lahat ng values natin ay SI. So ibig sabihin, yung Q1, Q2 dapat naka-coulombs. So tapos si F naka-newtons, tapos si R naka-meters. So pag hindi ganun yung unit niya, so i-convert nyo muna. Okay? So ganun no, yung equation natin. So ang gagamitin natin, so let's stick on one value. So let's use 8.854. So mas eksakto kasi yan. Wag na natin gamitin tong isa. Alisin nyo na lang to. Okay, let's just use 8.854 times 10 raised to negative 12. And ganun din sa electron charge, ito yung gagamitin natin. 1.6019 times 10 to the negative 19 coulombs. kailangan nyo i-memorize, no? So, parang sa density ng water, di ba? Mini-memorize nyo naman yun. 1,000 kg per cubic meter. O, gravity, 9.81 meter per second squared. So, ganoon din, no? Yung permittivity natin. So, tawag dito ay permittivity of free space, or sometimes called as absolute permittivity. So, permittivity of free space or absolute permittivity. Okay, so permittivity. So, take note class, no? So, dahil yung formula natin ay Q1, Q2, so ibig sabihin, nagkakaroon lang ng force pag dalawa yung charge natin. So, pag isa, hindi. Okay, so bakit? Later on, pag isa-cite na natin, no, yung first law of Coulomb, so malalaman natin kung bakit dalawa. Okay, so if point charges Q1, so let's derive more formula. Nga pala, so this is just magnitude. Magnitude of force, no? So magnitude of force. So during your vectors, di ba na-define natin na ang force ay isang vector quantity. So, ibig sabihin, since the force is a vector quantity, so kinakailangan yan later on ng direction. Therefore, so para magkaroon tayo ng direction, maglalagay tayo ng unit vector. So, kaya sa equation natin later on, so papasok pa rin, no, yung scalar product, dot product, cross product, and yung knowledge natin regarding doon sa vectors. Okay, so if point charges Q1 and Q2 are located at points having position vectors, so ito na siya, no? R1 and R2, so then the force F12 on Q2 due to Q1 is given by this equation. Ito na, dito na papasok, no, yung direction ni force. Okay, so itong AR12, so ito yung unit vector natin. Okay, so di ba paano ba tayo kumuha ng distance between two vectors? So, say for example, yung during your first topic dito sa ating electromagnetics, di ba, kung meron tayong kunwari, from point 1, 131 to point 2, 232, di ba, para makuha natin yung distance nito, so let's say P, ginagawa natin, so P12, that would be P2 minus P1. Ganun din dito, no? So if we are to get the distance of R12, so we have R2 minus R1. Okay? So yung dinrawing natin kanina, kunwari, ito ay merong point sa ating origin or sa ating 3D plane. For example, yan ay 1, point 1 ay 131. Then yung point 2 natin, kunwari ay 2, 3, 0. Okay, so para makuha natin yung distance R, parang distance formula lang, di ba? So we will just get, no, pagsusubtrakin natin yung 2 minus 1, then 3 minus 3, then 0 minus 1. Di ba? So para makuha natin yung distance niyan, then i-square root natin. Okay? Ayan, so that would be the value of your R. Later on, no? So pag nag-solve na tayo ng numerical value. Okay? So sabi dito, R is the magnitude of R12. How do we solve again the magnitude? Anyone from the class? Paano natin i-solve yung R12 dito? Absolute value of R12? Si Likwanan. Paano natin i-solve? Kung maalala pa. How do we solve for the absolute value of R12?
So, yung square root?
Yes, tama. Yung square root. So, say for example, si R1 ay, kunwari, that would be AX. Or, sige, so kunwari si R1 ay X1, X2, or X1, Y1, then and then Z1. Then si R2 naman, kunwari ay X2, y2, then z2. Di ba? So, pwede nating makuha yung magnitude ni r12, so by means of the square root ng x2. So, para lang tayo nagdi-distance formula, di ba? X1 square plus y2 minus y1 square, then plus z2 minus z1 squared. Okay? So, and then, again, so since this is a unit vector, so i-divide natin siya by absolute value. Or sorry, i-divide natin yung vector divided by its magnitude. Okay? So, ito yung vector, no? Ilagay na lang natin siya in the form nung ginagamit natin. Kasi baka malito tayo. Let's say A, R12, that would be the R12. So, divided by yung absolute value ni R12. O, ganyan na lang. Yung typical, no, na pagkuha natin ng unit vector. Okay? Kung paano tayo kumuha noon. So, kumbaga, no, yung nakuha natin na formula na force dito, itong value dito kanina, ita-times lang natin yung value ng unit vector. Di ba? Ganun naman kuhanin yung direksyon ng isang vector. So, ita-times lang natin yung kanyang unit vector. Okay? So, therefore, we can say na yung force, so yung form ng force, so that would be its F. Then, ita-times lang natin yung kanyang unit vector. Ito, depende So, depende yung tinatanong. So, it's not R12. It's not always R12. Depende. So, when we say R12, ang ibig sabihin daw niyan ay yung puwersa ni Q2 due to Q1. Okay? So, pag Q1 due to Q2, pabaliktad naman. So, R21. Take note So, yung force F12 daw, yun yung force on Q2 due to Q1. So, ibig sabihin nun, no, yung puwersa na mararamdaman ni Q2 dahil kay Q1. Okay? So, si Q1, yung pupuwersa doon kay Q2, then, ano yung magiging total force doon sa may Q2. Okay, yun yung ibig sabihin ng F12. Pag pabaliktad naman, so say for example, yung puwersa na ibibigay ni Q2 doon sa Q1, so yung mararamdaman naman na total force ni Q1, so yun yung F21. Okay? Take note, no? So take note of that. Ayan, so ibig sabihin, so kung sino yung magbibigay ng force, okay, siya yung nasa unahan. Ayan, no? So si Q1 yung bibigay ng force. Okay? Ayan, so combining the two equations, so therefore, ito yung magiging, ito optional lang naman, no? So if we add or if we combine, so di ba kasi meron tayong equation kanina, so yung force is equivalent to Q1, Q2, di ba? So explain lang natin. So F12 kasi kanina ay Q1, Q2 divided by 4 pi EO then R. So let's say, yan, R. Then, so i-multiply daw natin yung unit vector, AR12. So, di ba by definition, so the AR12 kasi, so that would be the R12 nga. So this is your vector R12. So divided by the magnitude, dapat pala may squared to, sorry. Divided by the magnitude of R squared. Or sorry, not squared. So magnitude of R. Okay? So, then, pwede na natin combine. So, magta-times ulit tayo dito ng R. O, kaya ang mangyari ay magiging R cube. So, R squared times R. Ayan. So, that would be equivalent to R raised to 3. Okay? Or, pwede pa daw natin siyang pasimplihin. So, ito na yung magiging simplest equation niya. So, we have the force 1, 2. So, ibig sabihin niyan, the force on charge 2, okay, the force acting on charge 2 due to force 1 or due to charge 1. Okay? So, force on charge 2 due to charge 1. Okay, so yun yung definition ni F12. Okay, pag F21 naman, so force on Q1 due to Q2. Okay, may difference yun, no? Kasi pag F21 naman yung hinahanap, so ang gagamitin natin dito ay R1 minus R2. May difference yun, no? So pag F12, R2 minus R1. Lagyan natin. So for example, F21, that would be Q1, Q2, then R1 minus R2 divided by 4 pi EO, then R2 or R1 minus R2 raised to 3. So ito naman ay force on Q1 due to Q2. Okay, different yan, no? So it's up to you on how, kung anong gusto nyong gamiting equation. But for me, so maybe ito. Okay? Kasi alam naman natin, no, paghiwalayin na lang natin. So alam naman natin kung paano kumuha ng unit vector. Okay? So itong R na to, yan yung absolute value ni R. Okay? Ibig sabihin magnitude. Ayan. Okay? Na gets ba? Linaw ba, class? Or mas lilinaw yan later on. So pag solve tayo ng examples. Okay, so ito yung detailed figure. So column vector force on point changes Q1 and Q2. So say for example, no, andito yung origin natin. So ito yung point 0, 0, 0. Okay, and then nandito yung point R1 ito. For example, yan ay X1, Y1, then Z1. And then itong point charge naman na to ay X2, Y2, then Z2. Okay, so yung distances dyan, R2 and R1. So yan yung distance from the origin actually. Pero di ba alam naman natin na pag pinag-minus naman natin yung X2 minus 0, Y2 minus 0, tsaka Z2 minus 0, hindi naman yan magbabago. Ganun din dito. So kaya pwede nating i-reflect na yung value ng R is ito na rin siya. Okay, mas madali. Pero magbabago yan kapag meron siyang initial point. So ibig sabihin, kunwari si Q1, i-act natin siya hindi sa origin. Kung sakasakaling may point pa yan, for example 2, 3, 4, iba yung magiging approach, no? Itong point na to, ima-minus pa natin doon. So but for the case of origin, so walang magbabago. Okay, so as you can see dito, no? The same lang ng direction. So yung unit vector natin doon sa force. Kung yung unit vector ay papunta dito, so yung force papunta rin doon. Okay? So say for example, ito, so si force 1, nagbigay siya ng force doon sa may si charge 1, nagbigay siya ng force doon sa charge 2. So mangyari, parang collision lang, no? Parang itutulak natin. So yung direction ng pwersa papunta doon, of course. Okay? So ganun din dito. So kung si charge 2, no, magbibigay siya ng force doon sa charge 1, of course, ang mangyari, so si charge 1 ay kakaroon siya ng force in that direction, F21. Okay, so that would be the case. Ayan, so we have, ito na yung binabanggit ko, no? So this is from the first law of Coulomb. So that's why we need two force to act. So para maka-generate tayo ng force. Okay? So dito, like charges repel. So yung letter A and B. Okay? So ibig sabihin, kapag naglagay tayo ng dalawang charge, kunwari ito, no? So this one is positive, then ito rin ay positive. So ang mangyari, yung force ni charge 1 papunta doon, yung force din ni charge 2 papunta rin doon. Okay? So ganun din if the charges are negative. So likewise, no? So si charge 1, yung force na i-exert niya papunta rin doon. Ganun din si charge 2 papunta rin doon. So they will repel. Okay? And they will, unlike charges naman, attract. So, for example, if this is positive, then ito naman ay negative. So, the direction would be the same. Okay? Kung si charge 1 papunta dito, ganun din si charge 2 papunta doon. Okay? So, they will attract each other. So, parang yung magnet nga, no? 'Di ba? Kung na-try nyo maglaro noon ng magnets. So, pag, for example, ganito yung position ng magnet, they will attract. And then, pag finlip natin, kahit anong gawin natin na pagdikitin, hindi sila magdidikit. So, tawag naman doon ay pole. Okay? So, North Pole tsaka South Pole. So, dito naman, positive charge and negative charge. Okay? So, that would be yung direction or yung first law of Coulomb. Okay, now, so as shown in the figure, the force F21 on Q1, so due to Q2 is given by, okay, so F21, that would be equivalent to F12, then multiplied by the unit vector R21. Okay, so para hindi tayo maguluhan or para hindi tayo malito, so ito kasi class, no, pansin nyo dito, F12 ito, then ito R21. So ang gawin nyo na lang, no, pag hinahanap yung F21, it's just the negative. Okay, because mag-iiba lang naman ng direction as you can see in the figure. So, di ba, kung pansinin nyo, yung F12 papunta doon sa right, si F21 papunta doon sa may left side. So, ibig sabihin, nag-iba lang sila ng direction. So, kaya kung kukunin natin, kung sakali si F21, no, so i-negative lang natin yung direction ni F12, which is equivalent to that one. Okay, or it can be also, so pag naka-bold yan, ibig sabihin, vector yan. So, lagyan ko na lang ng ganyan. Ayan, para hindi tayo malito. And kapag naka-absolute value, so alam naman natin, that's just the magnitude, di ba? Pag naka-absolute value. Okay? So, pwede rin F21 nga is negative F12 dahil yung direction nila ay just reverse or mag-iiba. Okay, so column second law, ito pala yung mga kailangan nating tandaan. So, if we are going to solve yung, or if we are going to use, no, yung columns law. So, unang-una, ito yung key takeaways natin or key points natin. Ito natin to, key points. Okay, so key points, first, again, so the force 2-1 is just the negative of force 1-2 or vice versa. Okay, F12 is also the negative of F21. So because again, the direction would just change. Okay, so then another key point is that, so yung columns, second law natin, columns, second law states that, or not second law, so that should be first law. Okay, so columns first law states that, so like charges or charges of the same sign repel each other while unlike charges attract. So this is illustrated daw in figure 4.2. So yung figure na pinakita natin kanina. Take note, no? So the direction of the forces so would be repelled. So pero yung computation, the same lang. So wala namang magbabago doon. Okay, so the distance r between the charged bodies Q1 and Q2 must be large compared with the linear dimensions of the bodies. So that is Q1 and Q2 must be point charges. So actually malaki yan, no? So pero dito sa electromagnetic, so nire-represent lang natin yung mga charges as point. Kaya nga tinatawag natin siyang point charges. Parang wala namang masyadong importance yung number 3 natin or third note. So number 4, Q1 and Q2 must be static. Take note or at rest. So to apply daw yung Coulomb's law, so dapat hindi gumagalaw yung charge natin. So totoo naman. So imagine na lang natin yung capacitor. No? So hindi naman gumagalaw yon. Okay? So unlike doon sa magnet mechanics natin na yung collision nga. So ganun lang yung concept. Pero dito hindi siya gumagalaw. So may nabubuo lang na electric field. Okay, the signs of Q1 and Q2 must be taken into account in the equation of yung solution natin. Okay, take note. So, dapat merong isasama natin yung sign. Okay? So, you decide. So, madami masyado yung binigay kong formula. So, it's up to you kung ano yung gusto yung gamitin. So, it's either this one. So, take note if you want to use that one. Naka-R raised to 3 dito sa baba. Then, ito R12. So, ibig sabihin nito, ito yung vector. Di ba? Vector to. Okay? Ito rin naman, yan yung vector. So, pero nga, para sa akin, ang pinaka hindi nakakalito is this one. Kasi alam naman nating maghanap ng unit vector. So, that's why for me, so kung ako yung magsosolve, gagawin ko, I will solve individually the magnitude. So, using this equation. Okay, and then I will solve separately yung kanyang direction. Di ba, ang unit vector naman, so para makuha natin yung unit vector nga, so that is just yung vector, kunwari, R12 divided by yung kanyang magnitude. So, but again, it's up to you. Okay? Nakuha ba? Malinaw? So, 2 topics na yung discuss natin for tonight. So, since yung formula lang naman yung mag-iiba. Okay? So, in the case daw ng madami, so hindi lang naman dalawa yung charges natin. So, in the case, for example, we have 5 capacitances in series or 10 capacitances, etc. So, if we have more than 2 point charges, we can use the principle of superposition. So, to determine the force on a particular charge, so the principle states that if there are n charges, so Q1 up to Qn, located respectively at points with position vectors R1 to Rn, the resultant force F on a charge Q located at point R is the vector sum of the forces exerted on Q by each of the charges Q1, okay, Q2, and so on. So, ito daw, class, magkahiwalay. No? So, for example, kung madami tayong puwersa, kunwari, so, ito, meron tayong tatlong charge. So, tapos, lahat sila mag-a-act doon sa may charge Q. No? So, for example, this is Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4, or let's say this is Q. So, say for example, si Q, no, mag-a-act siya doon sa Q. Or sorry, si Q1 mag-a-act siya doon sa Q. Si Q2 mag-a-act din siya sa Q. Then si Q3 mag-a-act din siya sa Q. So, ang gagawin daw natin, class, is we will solve them individually. Then, we will just add. Okay? So, for example, kunin natin yung force exerted ng Q1 to Q. Then, ganun din, the force exerted ng Q2 to Q. Force exerted ng Q3 to Q. Then, i-add lang natin silang lahat. Take note, vectorially. Vector sum, So, hindi yung magnitude lang. Kunwari, ang nasolve nyo dito, 40 to 30 to 10. Pag-adding nyo lang, hindi. So, vectorially. So, ibig sabihin, isasalin nyo yung vector niya or isasamin nyo yung direction niya. Okay, or, kunwari nga, ang nasolve nyo dito, 40, 30, tsaka 10. So, pwede yung masolve. Yung total force is, kunwari, hindi nyo alam yung hindi nyo alam yung direction. Pwede namang square root, 40 square plus 30 square plus 10 squared. Diba? Ganun naman tayo kumuha ng force or ng sum vectorially. Okay? So, yan yung ating equations. Ayan. So, kung hindi malinaw yung discussion natin, so you can always watch naman sa YouTube as support, no? So, para mas maintindihan ninyo, at least doon may animation. So, physics na rin kasi itong topic na to. So, but we will take it in electromagnetics way. So, kaya may vector tayo dito. Pero kung manonood kayo sa YouTube, hindi nakabigay yung point eh. So, for example, ganyan yung drawing. Minsan, naka-right triangle siya. Ito, given na to. Kunwari, 2, kasi ito ay 3. Ano daw yung puwersa dito? Hindi siya naka-point, no? Hindi yung given ay 1, 2, 3 or yung 0.123, 0.345, 0.567, etc. So, but rather, ang given yung distances na nila. Okay? So, yun. At least alam nyo yung concept. So, dito naman, next topic, electric field intensity. So, sinali ko siya. So, since ito lang naman, no, yung mag-iiba. As you can see, just the formula. So, si electric field intensity, or also known as the electric field strength, E, is the force per unit charge when placed in the electric field. Okay? So, wherein yung F natin, or yung E daw natin, ay F, or limit of F over Q as Q approaches to 0. Or, using limits, so it will just become, so since just Q approaches to 0, it will only become Q. So we have the E is equivalent to F divided by Q. So therefore, no class, ang unit ng E, so since this is newtons, and then this is coulomb, so therefore, the E is also newtons per coulomb. Ayun, then yung unit niya. Okay, that is electric field intensity. So newtons per coulomb. Okay? So, expanding the formula, so the electric field intensity is obviously in the direction of the force and is measured in newtons per coulomb or volts per meter. Take note So, newtons per coulomb daw or volts per meter. So, kaya 'di ba meron tayong electric field. So, ibig sabihin meron din yung voltahe due to electric field. Okay? So, electrostatic field, no? Or kaya meron tayong electrostatic voltage. Okay, meron din tayong magnetic voltage. So, kaya si capacitance, nagkakaroon din siya ng voltage. So, the electric field intensity at point R due to a point charge located at R prime is readily obtained from the equations of F12 and E. So, thus, lalagay lang daw natin, di ba? If we substitute the value of F doon, yung equation natin ng 4 pi or yung Q1, Q2, over 4 pi EO. So, magkakancel yung isang Q. So, kaya ang matitira na lang is that one. Or, we can also say na ang Q is R minus R prime divided by 4 pi EO R minus R prime raised to 3. So, medyo mahirap tong equation na to. So, kaya ang advice ko, you just use this formula. So, ibig sabihin, you solve for force, then divide nyo lang ng Q. Yun na yung value ni E. Okay? Huwag nyo na sigurong gamitin to. So, ganun din, pag madaming charges, so ganun ulit ang mangyari, no? So, i-add lang natin yung electric field ng una. So, this is just parang voltage in series, no? So, E1, i-add nyo lang siya sa E2, and so on. Okay, E, N. Okay, so that would be the equation. So, to apply or to understand further yung mga formula na nabanggit ko, so let's solve some problems. Okay, so ito, I have here 3 examples. Wait lang, ayusin na natin. Okay, so ilagay ko na lang siya dito sa isang file para mas makasolve tayo. Shall we sending both files naman sa GC natin? Okay, so sabi dito, so let us illustrate the use of the vector form of Coulomb's law by locating a charge of Q1. So we have 3 times 10 raised to negative 4 coulombs. So at the point M, 1, 2, 3, and a charge of Q2, so which is negative 10 raised to negative 4 coulombs. So at N, 205 in a vacuum. So yung say vacuum, that is also air. Take note pala tayo dito, no, class. So yung gagamitin natin, so na kumbaga dielectric material or yung separation nila, so ay air or vacuum. No? So sa formula na to. Kaya nga sinabing free space. So permittivity of free space. Ayan. So what do I mean by that? So for example, yung charge na natin, okay, drawing lang tayo ng charge. Let's say this is the point charge. 1, 2, 3. So hindi kasi tayo makadrawing no ng 3D. So 205, ano na lang, assumption. Kunwari nandito yung isang force. Okay? So, not drawn to scale, so parang ano lang yan, representation. So, let's say M, that would be 1, 2, 3. So, then, meron tayong N, which is 205. So, I won't require you naman na i-drawing yan in 3D. Kasi nga mahirap. So, kahit ganyan lang, hindi ko naman napapansinin yung figure ninyo. Basta siguro, i-drawing nyo lang basta meron, para meron kayong representation. Okay? So, ibig ko lang sabihin, no, doon sa binanggit ko kanina, na dapat vacuum to. So, ibig sabihin, yung naghihiwalay sa kanila ay air. Okay? Kasi later on, pwede tayong maglagay, kunwari dito ng, ano ba yung mga ginagamit na dielectric sa capacitor. So, for example, maglalagay tayo ng mica, no, or ganyan. So, mag-iiba yung formula natin. So, hindi na siya EO lang doon sa denominator. So, later on na lang yon. So, but take note, dapat, if we will be using yung 4 pi EO, so dapat laging babanggitin sa problem na in a vacuum, so, or air, okay, or free space. Ayan. So, kumbaga walang object, no, na against them or against the two charges. Okay? So, sana malinaw tayo doon. Ayan. So, ang tanong, we desire the force exerted on Q2 by Q1. So, therefore, ano ang hinahanap natin? Is it F12 or F21? Anyone? So, what are we solving? So, dapat alam nyo, no, yung unknown.
F21, sir.
Okay, the force exerted on Q2, no, by Q1. So, we have the value of F21 by, hindi ba F12? Okay, so sabi dito, di ba? The force F12 on Q2 due to Q1. So, ibig sabihin, F12. Mali ka na kagad, Hilario.
Ay, sorry, sir. Mali ang harap ako ng
F12
natik.
yung hinahanap. So, ang tignan nyo lang dyan kung sino yung mag-exert ng force. So, dito, di ba, the force is exerted by Q1. So, therefore, we are looking for the value of F12. Okay, so in vector. Ayan, so force yan, no? So, ibig sabihin, dapat vector yung hinahanap. Hindi naman sinabing magnitude, no? So, therefore, isali natin yung kanyang direction. Okay, so let's say na ito yung charge 1. So, Q1, let's say. Q1 is a positive charge. So, then Q2 is a negative charge. So, ibig sabihin, they will attract, no? So, Q1 is a positive. Let's say, positive Q1. Then, ito naman ay negative Q2. Okay, so therefore, the force is exerted daw by Q1. So, draw lang ako ng line. Okay, so ibig sabihin, so we will be having force so given by Q1. So then, yung force na i-accept or na mararamdaman ni Q2 would be in that direction also. Okay, so that would be your figure. So hinahanap natin ay si F12. Now, to solve for F12, so we just use the equation na nabanggit natin kanina. So F12 now. So that would be equivalent to, so yung F, no, the force F12, so yung magnitude niya ay ito times lang natin sa unit vector ng R12. Okay? So we're in take note, so yung value ng force natin, diba? So the force, that would be equivalent to, so we have K, Q1, Q2, so divided by R raised to 2. Okay, so or yung equation natin, no, na F is equivalent to So we have Q1, Q2. So divided by 4 pi EO R raised to 2. Take note, this is at in a vacuum, no? So, or at vacuum. So, pag hindi na yan vacuum, so mag-iiba na yung formula natin. Okay, so let's solve first. So, just like I suggested kanina, so para hindi tayo mahirapan, so let's use this equation. So, kunin muna natin yung value ng R. Again, so the value of R, so yan lang din yung magnitude ni R12. So, para makuha yung magnitude ni R12, so kunin lang natin yung difference. Diba? So, the magnitude of R12, so that would be equivalent to, so we have R2 minus R1, so which is yung R2 natin, so that would be the N, then yung R1 natin ay yung M. So, we have the vector N minus yung vector M. Okay, so that would be equivalent to, so kunin lang muna natin, so step by step, so si N minus M, so that would be equivalent, so we have 2 minus 1 x hat, so plus 0 minus 2 y hat, then plus, plus ba? Tama. So plus we have 5 minus 3 z hat. So therefore, yung N minus the vector M natin, so that is equivalent to, so ito na rin, no, yung vector R12. So that is equivalent to, so we have x hat, so then minus 2 y hat, so then plus 2 z hat. So from there, so pwede na nating makuha yung magnitude ni R12. So we have the magnitude of R12. Diba? To get the magnitude, so we just take the square root of the vector. So we have yung coefficient ni x hat ay 1. Then yung coefficient ni y hat ay negative 2. Then coefficient ni z hat ay 2. Ibig sabihin, ito na yung value ni R. So yan na yung R, no? Yung R natin ay the absolute value or the magnitude of R12. So we have that would be square root 1 squared plus negative 2 squared, then plus 2 squared. So that would be 3 units. O yan yung binabanggit ko, no? Pag mag-search kayo sa YouTube, kunwari ganyan na yung nakabigay, yan, tapos ito 3 na. Okay, so masyado namang madali yon, no? Or parang physics kasi yon. So we will take it in electromagnetics way. So kaya ang given muna ay yung mga points niya. So pero the same lang yon. Okay, kumbaga ito, no? So this one, so this distance, ito, so that would be your R is equivalent to 3 units. Okay, so yan yung na-solve natin. Now, so we can now have the magnitude. So, or pwede na nating ma-solve yung F12. So, the magnitude of F12, so that would be equivalent to, or pwede na nating idiretso if you want. So, kunin na lang muna natin siguro yung unit vector na lang muna. Sige, para di tayo mahirapan. So, the unit vector, so for direction, let's say, or unit vector, so we have the A, R12, diba? That is also equivalent to, so we have the R12 vector divided by yung kanyang magnitude. So which is equivalent to, so we have ito, yung R12 natin. Ito na rin siya. So we have x hat, so minus 2y hat plus 2z hat, so divided by yung R12 ay 3. Okay, so therefore, this is also 1/3 x hat minus 2/3 y hat, then plus 2/3 z hat. Ibig sabihin, yan yung direction nung ating force. So kung ipa-plot natin yan sa isang 3D plane, doon siya papunta. Okay, now so we get the magnitude. So solve natin yung magnitude niya. So for magnitude of F12, solve natin. So we have F12 now. So that would be equivalent to, so we will be using this equation. So we have Q1. So sabi ulit doon, no, sa lecture natin kanina, so we should include that, no? Ito na yun. Doon sa may key points natin kanina. So the signs of Q1 and Q2 must be taken into account. Therefore, we will substitute. So we will be using your given sign, no? So kaya we have now yung Q1 natin ay 3 times 10 raised to negative 4. So positive charge siya. So 3 times 10 raised to negative 4 coulomb. Then multiplied by yung Q2 naman ay negative charge. So we have negative 10 raised to negative 4. So divided by, we have, so 4 pi EO. So 4 pi multiplied by EO. So yung value ng EO natin ay 8.854. So na yun, times 10 to the negative 12. Again, we will be using that one, no? So we have don't use the 1 over 36 pi. So ang gusto natin ay yung 8.854 times 10 raised to negative 12. So then multiplied by, or hindi binanggit pala yung ano natin, yung value ng R natin. So therefore, assume na natin yan na in meters kasi hindi sinabi yung M. Okay? So yan. Hindi naman binanggit eh. So assume na natin siguro na naka-meters na to. Yan. So wag na natin yung i-convert. So we have multiplied by, so 3 raised to 2. So pwera na lang kung binanggit na sa problem where the point 1, 2, 3 is in inches. Kunwari, binanggit na gano'n, i-convert nyo muna. So pero since wala namang binanggit, no? So assume na natin na that is already in meters. So let's just calculate the value times 10 to the negative 12. So then times 3 raised to 2. So we have 29 point. Nailagay ko ba yung negative? Yes. So nailagay natin. So that should be negative. So 3 times 10 raised to negative 4 times 10 to the negative 4. Nangyari. So ito pala kasi, mali ito. Ito na. So yung naging glitch, kumbaga, sa ating solution. Magkaiba to class, no? So take note. Ito, pakita lang natin. So yung input ko kasi ng negative 10. So magkaiba ang negative 10, pansinin ninyo, raised to negative 4. Ito, gamit ako ng isang calcu. Pansin nyo yan, naging positive. So pero dapat, ganyan yan. Negative. Matter of parenthesis lang yan Okay? So, kaya dapat walang parenthesis. Namali ako doon. Okay? Be careful with that. So, ganyan. So, kasi it should be negative, di ba? Kasi positive and negative. Okay? So, kaya magiging negative dapat. Ayan. So, that would be negative 29.9591. So, also, since walang binanggit, no, na unit, so, i-assume na, dahil gumamit nga tayo nitong 8.854 times 10 to the negative 12. Okay? So, we already assume na yan ay equivalent sa newtons na. Okay, then finally, so the value now of F12, so that would be equivalent sa, let's just join the two, so negative 29.9591. So, then hindi siya dot, hindi dot, hindi cross, no? Take note. So, but rather, we will just multiply it mathematically. Diba? So, ganoon naman yung ginagawa natin during our vector analysis or vector algebra and calculus. So, hindi natin siya idadat or i-cross. So, i-distribute lang natin. So, 1/3 x hat, then minus 2/3 y hat, then plus 2/3 z hat. Yan na yung answer natin. Okay, in newtons. So, let's simplify. Paano class kung ang tinatanong ay magnitude? Anong isasagot natin? Positive o negative? Anyone, what if magnitude only? Sabi niya dyan.
Positive yun, sir.
Okay? Positive. So, tandaan, pag sinabi nating magnitude only, kunwari si F lang ang hinahanap, use positive. Okay? Positive lagi, kahit negative yung nakuha natin. Kasi pag magnitude only nga, hindi natin isasali yung direction. Okay? Kaya dapat aalisin si negative. Pag magnitude only, no, take note of that. So, therefore, this would be negative 9 point. So, 9864 o sa mga hindi pa rin sumusunod or hindi nakakasunod sa computations natin. Again, so dito sa electromagnetics, ang gagawin natin, pag solution pa lang, laging 4 decimal place. Pag final answer, yan ay 2 decimal place. Okay, so negative 2/3, ayan, 19.9727. So, magiging plus. So, we have, yan ay y hat. So, then, times natin ng positive naman or negative 2/3. Or sorry, alisin natin itong negative. Same lang. So, we have minus 19.9727 z hat. Paano pag tinanong find the unit, find the force in unit vector? Parang ganon. Anong gagawin natin? What if that's the question? So, find, we desire the force exerted in unit vector. Paano pag in unit vector yung tanong? Pag in unit vector, ang gagawin nyo lang ay i-convert nyo to in unit vector. Di ba? Paano ba yan i-convert in unit vector? O di kunin nyo ulit yung, parang ganito na naman, di ba? Kunin nyo yung magnitude niyan. So, square root ng negative 9.9864 square plus 19.9727 square, then plus negative 19.9727 squared. Tapos, i-divide nyo siya individually. Na rin, negative 9.9864 divided by yun. Yan na yung unit vector niya. Which is, kung papansinin niyo, magiging parehas lang din siya dito. So, parang makakancel ito, no? Pag unit vector of the force ang tinatanong, ito lang yung sagot nyo. Okay? So anyways, ang final answer natin dito would be negative 9.99. Yung unang sagot natin, pag 10 yan, mali. So plus 19.97 y hat. So minus 19.97 z hat. Yan na yung final answer natin. Okay, kung papansinin niyo, if you take the magnitude kasi, so 9.99 square plus 19, ito yung real magnitude niya. Kaya binabanggit ko kanina na alisin niyo yung negative. 'Di ba? This is the definition of magnitude. Mawawala yung negative doon. Okay, para hindi na kayo pumunta diyan sa ganyang solution, no? O di kunin niyo lang yung masosolve nyo dito, no? Ito. Yung na-solve natin kanina na negative. Pag magnitude lang yung hinahanap, alisin nyo lang itong negative kahit mag-negative yung sagot. Okay, nagets yung number 1? Any question? Alex Alano. Nakalimutan natin yung unit. So, this should be in newtons. Ano yung tanong mo, Alex?
Sir, pwedeng gamitin yung constant dito sa may calculator sa may permittivity.
yung EO. Yung constant 32. Hindi ko nga diniscuss kasi para hindi nyo, no? Sige, alam nyo naman na meron yan, o di gamitin nyo na. So, yan. O naman, binunyag mo naman yung sikreto, ala ano eh.
Stan
Kaya hindi ko
32.
hindi ko nga diniscuss kasi. O sige, pwede nyo gamitin. Pero up to ano lang, yung 8.854 lang hanggang 3 lang. Pang-check nyo lang, panghanap nyo lang. Gusto nyo ba yun na lang yung gamitin natin? Para hindi nyo na-memorize? Decide kayo.
Yes, sir.
Sige. Hindi, ano na lang, 3 decimal place lang sa solution. Hanggang ganito lang. Okay, kasi yun yung nasa lecture material natin. Kung nakalimutan nyo, sige, ituro na natin. Constant 32. Ayan, shift 7, no, 32. Makuha lang kayo hanggang 8.854 lang Pag nilagay nyo buong EO, mamaliin ko yung solution nyo. Hindi kayo nakikinig pag ganun. Okay, turo ko na rin sa Canon para fair naman. Okay, sa Canon, ito, si shift tapos si value plus 32 din. Yan. Yun na yun. Kuha kayo ng 8.854 lang. Shift, tapos itong convert, sabi niya, itong CONVT. Then input nyo lang 32. Yun na. Okay? Pag tinatanong kung ilang electrons, for example, may binigay na charge, itong Q-watt na to, ilang electrons. Di gamitin nyo yung constant natin kanina. Try lang, no? Si Q1 na 3 times 10 to the negative 4. For example, you are looking for the number of electrons, no? So, ang number of electrons niyan, so again, wag na natin gamitin ito. So, do not use that one na lang. So, kasi approximate yan. One column daw is approximately. Approximate kasi. Ito yung exact. Exacto to. So, wag nyo nang gamitin to, no? Don't use that one. So, pag ang hinahanap ay number of electrons, so sabi niya, ang 1 electron ay yang column na yan. So, therefore, gagawin nyo lang ay 1 electron. I-divide nyo lang sa 1.6019. Alisin nyo yung negative. So, pag magka-calculate tayo, wag nyong isali yung negative. Ayan, kung sakali na number of electrons yung hinahanap. Number of electrons. Okay, so ganyan yung computation. Ulitin ko, pag computation, huwag nyong isasali yung negative sa may EO. Huwag nyo na rin gagamitin yung approximate. Okay, ito lang. So pag hinahanap ay number of electrons, ganyan yung computation natin. Divide o times 1 over 1.6019 times 10 to the negative 19. Yan. So, meron siyang 1.87 times 10 raised to 15 na electrons. Okay, kung sakaling hinahanap si number of electrons. Malinaw? Kapag may gumamit noong 6 times 10 raised to 8, ilang bang value nun? 6 times 10 raised to 18, ibig sabihin hindi siya nakinig ngayong araw. Hindi ko na ulitin yun ganun din, pag may gumamit noong buong constant 32, kunwari ito yung ginamit ninyo, nag-quiz tayo o nag-exam, mamaliin ko kagad yan. Ibig sabihin hindi kayo nakikinig. Okay, ulitin ko, ang gagamitin lang natin is hanggang 3. O kung nakalimutan nyo yung value, o yan, 32. O, sige, ituro na rin natin ito. Meron din kasi ito sa calculator. Ito. Alam mo ba kung ano, Alex? Alam mo ba kung anong number pag itong 1.609? 6019?
1.609. 6019. Ano sir, yung constant 23.
Naglaingan. O, constant 23.
Constant 23.
O, yan. O, again, pero ang gagamitin natin, o sige, ito. Palitan na lang natin. 1.602 para parehas doon sa kanina. 1.602. Okay, ibahin natin to. Or, sige. Ganito na lang class, no? So, para, ito final. So, dahil nagpo 4 decimal place naman tayo, 4 decimal place na lang lahat. Okay? So, ito, ang gagamitin natin, ay ilagay ko na lang dito sa lecture note para hindi tayo, para may resibo, no? Pag EO, ayan, so EO, ang gagamitin natin ay 8.8541. Kung nakalimutan nyo, puntahan nyo lang ang calculator or 542 pala, magra-round up. Ayan, 8.8542 times 10 to the negative 12 farads per meter. Okay, pag si number of electrons or si electron charge, so 1 electron ay equivalent sa 1. Yung constant 23. 1.6022. O, ito na lang. Para magbase kayo sa calculator. Okay, times 10 raised to negative 19 charge. Ayun na lang, para hindi nyo na i-memorize. No? Ang isipin nyo lang, ilagay nyo sa calculator yung constant 23 tsaka constant 32. O tapos, kuha kayo ng 4 decimal place. Malinaw? Malinaw tayo doon? Parang ganyan. 1.87, 87 pa rin naman. Nakuha? Malinaw ba tayo? So ito ay constant 32. Ito naman constant 23. Sige, para hindi na kayo mag-memorize. Mahirap pa man din memorize yan. Nakuha, thumbs up na lang class kung malinaw yung instruction ko during our quiz and exam. Malinaw ba? Wala namang nagsa-thumbs up.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sige. So yan huwag nyo i-follow yung nandito. Palitan ko na lang, 1.6022. Picture kasi ito 1.6022. Tapos yung isa ay 8.8541. Ayan, goods. Okay, sige, so let's go to the next example. So kasi medyo late na rin, solve natin to. Papaano naman, sir? So pag ang given ay hindi lang dalawa. So paano pag merong third wheel, no? May pangatlo doon sa equation natin. Ito, so last example na. So point charges, 1 millicoulombs. Dapat alam niyo yung alam niyo yung mga prefixes. So milli means times 10 to the negative 3. So micro, nano, pico, femto, alam niyo yung mga yon. Hanggang pico. Diba? Yung times 10 to the negative 3 times 10 to the negative 6. Search nyo na lang. Times 10 to the negative 9, negative 12, tapos negative 15, etc. Hindi ko kasi sure. Pico yata ito femto. Anyway, so search the different prefixes. Okay, so are located at 3, 2, negative 1, and negative 1, negative 1, 4 respectively. So calculate the electric force on 10 nanocoulomb charge located at 031. Okay, and the electric field intensity at that point. Okay, so let's draw a figure. So to represent. So kunwari, ito yung charge 1. Ito yung charge 2. So dahil tatlo na yan, so buo tayong triangle. Ito na yung charge 3. Okay, so siguro para may representation, pwedeng ilagay ko yung figure. Anyway, hindi nyo naman magagamit yung figure eh. Okay, so we have, let's say, ito yung charge 1. So it is positive charge, positively charged. Then yung isa naman ay negatively charged. So then, dito sila maglalagay ng puwersa. So positive charge. Okay, so ito ang point. So let's name that one. So let's say, siguro para mas madali, tawagin na lang natin as R1, itong 031, or hindi, gawin na lang nating R prime siguro yan. So let's call this as R1 na lang. So we have 3, 2, negative 1. Then let's say this is your R2. So negative 1, and 4. Then let's say ito na lang si R prime. No? So huwag na lang R3. R prime na lang. So we have 0, 3, and 1. Okay, so again, so the force will act to them. So magbibigay ng force. So si positive and positive. So then si negative doon sa may positive. So as you can see ulit doon sa ating expression dito. Nasa na yun? Ito. Okay, so pag dalawang positive, magre-repel. So pero pag different, so they will attract each other. Okay? So kaya ang mangyari diyan, so pag positive to positive yung puwersa ng dalawa. Okay, so drawing tayo. Yung Q1 to Q, positive Q, doon siya, no? So magiging separate yung kanilang expression. So or yung kanilang direction. So while yung negative to positive ay so mag-a-attract sila. No? So they will attract with each other. Okay? So merong variation, no, yung kanilang magiging equation or magiging figure. So pero again, since hindi naman yan importante, so ang gawin niyo na lang class, no. So pag hindi sila parehas ng direction or ng ng sign, so pag minusin niyo lang. Okay? So yung magkaparehas, positive sign, obviously, then yung magkaiba ay negative sign. Okay? So ganun yung mangyari. O, diba? So but again, so ang mangyari lang naman dyan, so we have, let's say, the total F. So, alisin ko na lang yung figure. Hindi naman na kailangan. Or yung arrow natin. So we have the total F. So yung total F natin, so that would be, okay, yung F, again, we will add that vectorially. No? So yung F na ibibigay ni Q1 doon sa Q. So let's say F, Q1Q. So then, ipa-plus natin yung F na ibibigay ni Q2 kay Q. So take note vectorially. Tama ba o baliktad? So Q1Q 031. Tama. Okay? So that will be the equation. So solve lang natin individually. So let's say for force ng Q1 to Q. So mangyari again, they will repel, no? So kaya ang magiging force natin would be positive. Okay? So that's why we can have the force at Q1Q. So that would be equivalent to its magnitude. So FQ1Q. Then multiplied by its unit vector. So let's say A, then R prime. So A, R1, R prime. Okay, so unahin natin yung magnitude. So we have the F, Q1Q. So that would be equivalent to, so we have the Q1 multiplied by Q. So divided by the 4 pi, then EO. So multiplied by R raised to 2. Okay, so to solve now for R raised to 2, or unahin pala natin itong unit vector niya. So para makuha natin din si R. So let's say for AR1, R prime. So the AR1, R prime. So let's put direction pala. So we have AR1, R prime. So kunin muna natin, no, si R1, R prime. So we have the R1, R prime. That is also equivalent to baliktad, di ba? So R prime minus R1. So that would be equivalent to, so we have 0, 3, 1. Then ima-minus natin. So R1 natin ay 3, 2, negative 1. Then si R prime ay 0, 3, 1. So therefore, this would become 0 minus 3. Yung X minus X, di ba? So X hat plus yung Y ni R prime, 3, minus yung Y din ni R1. Y hat. Then lastly, so plus, we have, asa na tayo? So plus 1 minus negative 1. Tama ba? So 1 minus negative 1 z hat. So therefore, yung vector natin, so R1, R prime, that would be, so negative 3 x hat plus y hat, then plus 2 z hat. Ibig sabihin, yung value ng R niyan, so ano na ulit si R? Yung value ni R is yung magnitude niya, no? So R, that would be the magnitude of R1, R prime. So or, that would be the square root negative 3 square plus 1 square plus 2 squared. Okay, assuming ulit na naka-meters. So since wala namang in-indicate, no, doon sa problem natin. So 1 square then plus 2 squared. So that would be square root of 14 or 3.7417. 3.7. Again, I don't want square root of 14. Huwag yung ilalagay yung square root of 14. Sabi ulit natin, basta solution for decimal place. 17, assuming in meters. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung value na to, no? This one. Yan yon, yung 3.7417. Aralin nyo rin, paano pag hinahanap ko yung angle between nito? Paano pag hinahanap ko yan? Pwede nyo namang gamitan pa ng vector yan, di ba? So, yung equation natin, yung cross product or dot product. Okay? So, na-discuss na natin yun noon. So, now, we solve for the unit vector. So, yung A na, A R1, R prime, that would be, so, negative 3, isa-isahin ko na, divided by 3.7417 x hat, then plus 1 over 3.7417 y hat plus 2 over 3.7417 z hat. Kaya inuna natin yung vector algebra so bago tayo mag-discuss nitong application. So para kabisado nyo na, no, yung pagkuha ng unit vector. So I'll store na lang sa ating calculator para hindi tayo paulit-ulit. So we have negative 0.8018 x hat. Then, so balitan ko lang to ng 1. So plus 0.2673. So we have y hat. Then, so we have 2 over z hat or 2z hat or 2 over a z hat. So 0.5345 z hat. Okay, so that would be our unit vector. So then now we can solve for each magnitude na. So, the magnitude of FQ1Q. So, again, no, you include the sign. So, we have positive Q ay 1 milli. So, 1 times 10 to the negative 3. Then, yung acted or acting force or the recipient pala. So, 10 times 10 to the negative 9. So, since nano, no? N means nano. So, divided by 4 pi EO. Again, so we will be using, no? So, if you forgot yung EO, so you just go to your calculator, constant 32. Then, you take 4 decimal place. That one, 8.8542. Times 10 to the negative 12. Then, yung R natin is already solved, no? So, we have 3.7417 squared. So, but, again, no? So, kung kayo naman ay, or mas gusto nyo yung other formula, yung pinakasimple, katulad dito, yung binanggit nito, kunwari, gusto nyo to, that equation, so no problem naman. If you want this, at least direkta niya, sasabihin nyo siguro. It's up to you, no? So, I will accept both solutions naman. Okay? So, but, ito kasi at least alam nating i-separate kung nasaan yung direction, then nasaan yung magnitude. For example, ang hinahanap ko lang ay direction. Okay, at least, alam nyo na kung nasaan. So, 4 pi, then times 8.8542 times 10 to the negative 12 times 3.7417 squared. So, kindly check if ganito rin ang nakuha nyo. May mali dito. So, 1 times 10 raised to negative 3. 10 times 10 raised to negative 9. 6.4206 millinewtons. Or times 10 to the negative 3 in newtons. Okay, so that would be the FQ1Q. Of course, it is a positive force. So since we have positive, no, dalawang positive. Okay, so then pwede naman nating or kunin na natin yung pangalawang force. So si Q2Q. So we have 4 Q2Q. Okay, so ganun ulit no, yung process. So kunin muna natin si unit vector niya. So we have the R2, R prime. So that would be equivalent to R prime, then minus R2. So we have 0 minus, yung value nito ay negative 1. So 0 minus negative 1 x hat. Tama. So 0 minus negative 1 x hat. Then plus, we have 3 minus negative 1. So y hat. Then plus, we have 1 minus 4 z hat. So this will become, so we have positive x hat plus 4y hat, then minus 3z hat. So kindly check lang, no, comment lang kung merong, or open your microphone just in case may error tayo. So para hindi na matagalan. Okay, so now we can solve for its magnitude. So let's say yung r, yan na rin yung r2, r prime. So which is the square root of 1 square plus 4 square plus negative 3 squared. So pero kung 2-dimensional lang yung given, for example, 0, 3, 3, 2, negative 1, negative 1. So I will require you to plot, no? Kasi kayang-kaya naman yun. Kunwari, 0, 3. O di 0, 3, dito siya. Dito yung isang point charge. O tapos kunwari, positive 3, 2. O dito. O tapos negative 1, negative 1. O somewhere dito. O kaya makakabuo kayo ng triangle. O tapos at least, pag pinapahanap ko tong angle na to, alam nyo nang kuhanin, no? Okay, so pag 2D, drawing nyo. So we have, value nito ay square root.
Sir,
Yes.
Sir. Sir, FQ, yung FQ to Q mo, vector pa rin yan, sir, no?
Yung
Yung FQ to Q, sir. Yung 4, sabi niya, sir. Vector pa rin yan, di ba, sir?
FQ to Q. Oo, vector pa rin naman
Wala
yan.
kasing arrow, sir.
Ay, okay. Pati pala ito. So, hindi pa natin nasusolve. Magnitude pa lang pala to. So, thank you. Kunin natin si FQ1Q. So, substitute na natin. So, 6.4206 times 10 to the negative 3. Times lang natin yun. So, yung quantity na yun. So, negative 0.8018 x hat plus 0.2673 y hat then plus 0.5345 z hat. Okay, so yan na yung force natin. Wait lang. So 5.0990. Okay, so ganun lang yung process. So 6.4206 times 10 to the negative 3 times negative 0.8018. So ito ay negative 5.148. So kahit mamaya na lang, i-factor na lang natin yung times 10 to the negative 3. So kasi times 10 to the negative 3 yan lahat eh. 0.2673. Ayan, 1.7162. Y hat. Tapos 0.5345. So 3.4318. Okay, so gawin na lang nating millinewtons. So ganyan na lang. So then, kunin na natin si F Q to Q. So yung kanyang magnitude. So F Q to Q. So that would be, diretso ko na lang, no? So the same process lang naman. Therefore pala ito ay 5.0990. Ayan. So we have the FQ to Q. So yung Q2 natin ay negative 2 then positive 10. So negative 2 times 10 to the negative 3 then 10 times 10 to the negative 9. So divided by 4 pi over 4 pi then times 8.8541. 42 times 10 to the negative 12. Then, multiplied by, so yung ating, nasa na ako? So yung ating 5.0990 raised to 2. Okay, so we have now negative 2 times 10 to the negative 3, then 10 times 10 to the negative 9, so then 4 pi, 8.8542. So times 10 to the negative 12, then times 5.099 squared. So negative 6.9136, no? So kasi ito magiging 5, tapos ito magiging 5 ulit. So magiging 6. 6.9136. Okay, so times 10 to the negative 3 newtons. So konti na lang class. So we have now yung force in vector. So kasi ang pag-add daw vectorially, no? So baka gawin nyo, ito pinag-add nyo na yan, mali na yung sagot nyo. So you should add also yung kanyang unit vector. Okay? Hindi pa pala natin nakukuha yung unit vector nito. So A, R2, R prime. So that would be 1 over 5.0990 x hat plus 4 over 5.0990 y hat then minus 3 over 5.0990 z hat. So 1 over 5.0990. So that would be 0.1961. So x hat then plus, so bagawin lang natin to. So we have 0.7845. So we have y hat then 3, so 0.5884. 884 Z hat. So from there, so we now have negative 6.9136 times 10 to the negative 3. So then we multiply yung kanyang unit vector. 7845 Y hat, then minus 0.5884 Z hat. Okay, kung hinahanap yung electric field pala later on, so di-divide nyo lang yung F doon sa Q, no? So ang pag-divide nyo ng Q, syempre yung ito yung gagamitin natin na Q. So yung 10 times 10 to the negative 9. Okay, so anyway, solve natin. So FQ2Q, so that would now be 6 point. So factor out ko na lang ulit yung negative, or sorry, yung milli. Lagay na lang natin later on. So negative 1.3558. So wag ko na lang isali muna yung times 10 to the negative 3. Later na lang, doon na lang sa final answer natin. So 0.7845. So yan ay negative 5.4237. So then lastly, so 0.5884. So yan ay 4.068. So that would be millinewtons. So therefore, yung total force natin, so we now have, we just add, no? So yung FQ2Q, tsaka yung FQ1Q. Okay, so para ma-add yan, of course, yung individual nila. So hindi mo yan ma-add diretso sa calculator, no? Kaya negative 5.1480 plus negative 1.3558 x hat plus 1.7162 plus negative 5.4237. Kahit sino naman ang mauna dyan, no problem. So plus 3.4318 plus 4.068 Z hat. So yan ay naka-milli newtons. Okay, so we just add now. So negative 5.1480 minus 1.3558. So negative 6.5038. So in the x hat direction, so plus, or sorry, so 1.7162 minus 5.4237. So yan ay negative 3.7075. Okay, y hat. So kindly check na lang, no? In case mayroon tayong numerical error. 3.4318. So then plus 4.0618 or 068. So it would be 7.4998. So yan ay Z hat. Ay sorry, yan ay millinewtons. Okay, ito na yung sagot. Pero pag ang hinahanap ay magnitude, so ang gagawin nyo ay, syempre, take nyo yung magnitude niyan. Okay, so for magnitude, let's say, so for magnitude, so we just have the force total, that would be the square root lang, no? Ng negative 6.5038 square. So plus, finactor out ko na lang yung milli kasi medyo mahaba yan pag ilalagay pa natin sa calculator. So, ilagay na lang natin sa final answer ay milli. So we have negative, so square root negative 6.5038 square, so plus negative 3.7075 square, then plus 7.4998 square. So, 10.5968 millinewtons. O, yan kunwari yung or kung yan, di pala kunwari, yan yung magnitude. Then lastly, if we are solving for E, so yung E natin, that would be equivalent to force, so divided by yung charge. Okay? So ang charge natin ay yan ay hindi siya vector. Okay? So ang charge ay tawag dito, scalar quantity. So ito, yung gawin nyo lang dyan is negative 6.5038 divide natin doon sa may Q. Yung Q na recipient ng charge. Okay? So ito ay milli, no? So lagyan natin ng times 10 to the negative 3. So divided by 10 times 10 to the negative 9 exact. So then plus, so we have negative 3.7075. So times 10 to the negative 3 dahil milli, no? Y hat, then plus 7.4998 times 10 to the negative 3. So divided by 10 times 10 to the negative 9. This is in J hat. So yan na yung answer natin for the electric field. So ang unit ulit niyan ay volts per meter. So just in case, hinahanap ulit yung kanyang magnitude. So ang gawin nyo lang ay yung square root ulit, square root then squared. Okay, so times 10, compute lang natin, then tapos na. So negative 65,030. 650 o 380. Or gawin na lang natin, express natin in kilo. O, in kilo na lang. So divide tayo ng 1,000. So 650.38 x hat. So tapos negative 3.705 times 10 to the negative 3 divided by 10 times 10 to the negative 9. So gawin natin kilo, no? Ayan, 370.75. So y hat, then lastly 7.4998 times 10 to the negative 3. Then 10 times 10 to the negative 9. So kilo 749.98. So this would be kilovolts per meter. Okay, so last one, yung kanyang magnitude. So just in case, yun ulit yung hinahanap. So just take your equation or yun lang yung absolute value niya. So inaw, tanggalin pala natin to. That would be the square root of negative 650. So maglagay na lang tayo ng kilo doon sa final answer. Okay, so this is now your answer. So negative 650.38 square plus negative 370.75 square, then plus 749.98 then square. So 1056.68 kilovolts per meter. So yan yung 1059 pala, 0.68. Yan yung electric field strength. And mako-convert yan later on. So may formula tayo into volts. Okay, so that's it. So yan yung ating lecture for today. So sorry kung medyo nagabihan. So, but next Friday, so ay gawin nating 5 p.m. Okay, so do you have any